When I was 15, I got onto NoFap for the very first time because I'd been watching porn every single day for a couple of years. I'd understood how bad it was for me because I felt like a loser. I hated my life. So I'd gone to NoFap because that's what everyone tells you to do. And for 3 or 4 years, every single time, the same thing happened on NoFap. I'd get 1 day in, cool. Sometimes 2 days. Every time on day 3, I'd get the biggest urge the second I wake up and I'd relapse. I've already relapsed, I've failed, so I'd relapse again, because why not? Done it twice now. I'm on day 0 of NoFap. I might as well go again. I'll start again tomorrow, so I'll do it 4 times today. That happened over 100 times over the next 3-4 years till I was 19. Then I was able to actually get consistent with quitting porn, and I quit at 19. Not many guys can say they've quit porn at 19. Most guys, if they do quit porn, if they don't just watch it until their dick stops working, they quit at 30, 40 when they just lose interest in it. Not through an act of discipline, they just lose interest, they get a wife or whatever. I had the urge to watch it 3 times a day and I quit at 19. So I hope you can take my advice, hope you can trust me, because I'll help you quit just like I did, because I'm no different to you. The advice that worked for me is going to work for you. So the reason I was able to stay consistent on NoFap was only when I did this. Step 1, I got off NoFap. The reason I couldn't quit for years is because NoFap does not work. A big part of why you can't quit, most likely, is because you're on NoFap. It doesn't work. Imagine me, 13, 14, 15, 16, addicted to porn for years, right? I was doing it every day. I'd done it 1,000 times. I'd spent, 10,000 hours watching porn. They say it takes 10,000 hours to master a skill. Most of us have probably mastered the skill of watching it. So I've gone from being that addicted to getting onto NoFap to going straight to 0, which is, quitting porn cold turkey. That's what NoFap is. So if you go 5 days without watching porn, you're on a 5-day NoFap streak. But if you relapse once, you're back to day 0. So you've pretty much lost all your progress, is what they tell you. So I've gone from being completely addicted to 0 and expecting that to work. It's stupid. I wasn't ready for that. I'm sorry, but you're probably not ready for that. Obviously, we've been watching it 1, 2, 3 times a day for years. How are we just going to quit cold turkey? We're trying to rush it. We want the results. On paper, it sounds great, but it doesn't work like that at all. Imagine a skinny kid walking into the gym, putting 3 plates on each side of the bar, which is like 140 kilograms, which most people lift when they're 10 years into the gym. Imagine the kid walks in on day 1, tries to lift it. You'd help him before he dies because he wouldn't be able to lift that. And then you'd say, listen, mate, you're retarded. How about you just do the empty barbell? Idiot, right? Then he'd lift that, cool. Comes back the next day. Imagine he tries the 140 kilograms a day. Again, you'd look at him like, right, I'm not helping him. Just let it crush his chest. He's stupid. That sounds like a stupid example, but that was us. That was me. That was probably you. What are we doing? We're not ready for NoFap. The guys who watch porn, once a month, who don't even think about it, they don't have an addiction, they can get onto NoFap. They could go 90 days, 100 days without watching porn because they're ready for that. We are not ready for that. So that's why you can't stay consistent on quitting porn. That's why you take 1 step forward, get onto NoFap, then 2 steps back. You never make progress by quitting porn. You make negative progress simply because you are on NoFap. So I'll tell you exactly what to do, but there's no pressure. The link below is my porn quitting course. The price is going up soon. It's just all the tips I could possibly give you. Supports me. It will help you quit faster. So if you're interested, it's there. Now, one tip I'll give you before I tell you the actual method to do is set goals, okay? It's always the people with the shit lives that have porn addictions. It was for me. When I had no goals, my life was shit. When my life was shit, I watched porn. So when I had 0 goals, I'd think of my future and I'd be going to college and uni to study something I don't want to study for, really, just because my parents wanted me to. Same story with everyone else, because everyone's too much of a pussy to do anything else. Then I'd get a job, which I obviously don't like, because I've got a degree I don't like. Then I'd have, it's a shit job. I'd probably be unattractive. I wouldn't be going to the gym because I'm too lazy. I watch porn. I'd get a wife. She'd be pretty mid. We'd have unspectacular kids. I'd have the normal life. If you want that, that's fine. Keep watching porn and set no goals. Be depressed. So if that's actually what you want, that's fine. It's not what I want. I don't want the average life, okay? But when I think of that future, I'm watching porn, that's the future, I'd get sad. What happens when you're sad? You eat junk food, play some video games, and you watch porn to make yourself feel not sad. That's what happens when you've got no hope for the future, you've got no purpose. You just become sad and turn to porn to make yourself feel not sad. If we set goals, now our future's good because we've set the goal of making money online, getting a 6-pack, getting a girl, whatever. Now when we think of the future, now when we think of our day-to-day life, it's good because we've set goals. We've got a purpose finally. After all these years, possibly the first time in our life, we have a purpose to accomplish, people to help, things to do. Now we're too distracted to watch porn, number one. And number two, we're too happy and fulfilled to watch porn. Because we only watch porn when we're sad, when we're lonely, when we're depressed. If a girl rejects you, if you're lonely, you feel shit. So your body wants you to feel good, so it makes you watch porn because it feels good for a second. But if we set goals and actually have a good life, we don't watch porn. You might not believe me, just set a goal, write it down. You're not going to cure your addiction right away, but the amount you watch porn might cut in half in the next week simply by just setting a goal and working towards it. Get into the gym, make some money, do whatever. You'll have a good life, you'll get ahead of all your competition, and then after a few months, you'll be like, oh, I've not watched porn in a week. That's cool. Oh, I've made progress towards my goal. My life's actually good now. That's what happens when you set goals. Now, we're off NoFap. We've set goals so that we've got a good life, so that we can be distracted from porn, and then we just watch it less. What's the actual method to do that will just help us quit very easily? Less fap. Not NoFap, less fap. And it's just how it sounds. This week, just fap less than you did last week. It's simple advice. If you watch porn 7 times last week, watch it 5 times this week. Not 0, 5. Oh, that's going to take ages. It's not. You've had this addiction for years, so it might take months to quit. Accept that. If you think NoFap is quicker, then you're stupid, because I've just told you why it doesn't, right? You've probably tried it, it doesn't work. Just get that out of your brain. If it worked, you would have quit by now. It doesn't. Because if you go from 7 times to 0, you'll get 1 or 2 days in, the motivation will die, and then you'll relapse 3 times in a day, give up, and then the cycle continues. Just do it 7 times last week, 5 times this week, 3 times next week, once a week after that. Within a couple months, you're watching porn once a week, as opposed to once a day. And once a week is fine. It's not an addiction. Then you can go on NoFap if you want. And if you fail, guess what? Who gives a shit? Because it's not a fail. They tell you that if you get to, day 15 of NoFap, then you relapse. You go back to day 0. You lose all your progress. It's just another lie. You don't lose all your progress and all your benefits from relapsing once. You've just gone 15 days without watching porn. How are you going to tell the person that by relapsing once you failed? That's stupid. You've gone 2 weeks without watching porn. That's great progress. Okay? So don't believe their lies. Imagine a fat guy on a diet, eating perfectly for 15 days, lost the fat. Then he has 1 piece of cake. Not a cake, 1 piece of cake. Imagine if his trainer said, right, you might as well just give up. All the fat that you've lost, you've put it back on simply because you've eaten 1 piece of cake. What a dickhead. That's just not true. But if he told the fat guy that, he'd get sad and he'd eat the whole cake and then he'd get fat again and give up. It's a stupid thing to tell you that you lose all your progress if you relapse once. That's why you need to get off NoFap, get onto less fap, just watch it less and less each week. You'll wake up one day, be like, oh, I've watched porn once this week, my addiction's gone. And also, throughout this, you're getting benefits, because the less you watch porn, the more benefits you get. So if you watch porn 15% less in the next month, you're getting 15% more confident, 15% less anxious, more testosterone, all these benefits that are going to help you to not give up. And you're making progress towards quitting porn, which is a big goal of yours, and that's the best feeling ever, making progress towards a goal. I'm excited you're on this journey. You will quit porn. Just follow this advice, get off NoFap, get onto less fap, set goals. Not only will your life be good, you'll make progress, you'll get ahead of all the losers around you, you'll quit porn. Subscribe if this helped, and goodbye. By the way, no pressure, but the link under this video is my paid porn quitting course. When you feel like you trust me enough, and if you feel like my free advice has helped you change your life in any way, check that out right now.